Hi everyone, it's Friday the 30th of October and I've come up here again for another session on Alan's Angling Adventures up the River Adur, and we've had a hell of a lot of rain and wind over the last week or so, and I really was a bit concerned about what it was going to be like when I come up here. I wasn't sure where I was going to fish, didn't know what it was going to be like. Yeah, I knew the water was going to be up, but it's not as bad as I expected it to be. And I've decided to come to the peg that I fished. Any of you that watch my videos will know I fished by the gate peg, by the fork, 3 or 4 times when we had the floods last year. Although the water's not up anywhere near as high as it was then, it's still up a bit. But as I say, and it's rising as well at the moment. I think it reaches its peak about 1ish. It has actually got a little bit of visibility to it. It's not as coloured as I expected it to be. So with that in mind, I mean, I've got 4 rods all set up different ways. I've got a Waggler, I've got a stick float, feeder and link ledger all set up in my bag for any eventuality that I might need. I think what I'm going to do, I really want to float fish. That's what I really want to do, and I know it's tricky, but I might just give it a go for an hour and just see what it's like. If it's too difficult, then obviously I'll go onto the feeder. But we'll see what it's like. I've just knocked my ground bait up, so I'm gonna get everything sorted out, set up. Time wise, it's 25 past 10. I don't think it reaches its peak here till about 1 o'clock, something like that. So it's still got some way to go. As far as what I catch, well, anything really. I mean, I've had a couple of decent bream, nice bream from here, if you remember rightly. And I've had some decent roach here as well, just in front of that tree. And I think that's probably where I'm going to be fishing today. Just put away, I'm not going to cast right out. There's a little bit of a slack here. I don't know if you can pick it out, but there's a bit of a slack close in for about the first 8 or 9 feet out from the bank, away from the main current. I think that's where I'm going to try anyway, and just suck it and see really. That's all we can do. I've got to be a bit careful with the camera because it is raining, a bit of drizzle, which they do forecast. So I'm going to put my camera away. Well, I've got everything set up, ready to go. I've put about three balls of ground bait just out here. Cheesy garlic ground bait with some pinkies mixed in, and I'm just going to have a cup of tea, and then we're going to start fishing. It's time wise, it's about 3 minutes to 11, so at least we get some fishing in. How we get on, I don't know, but the wind is actually very slightly dropping. It's still raining, but it's more sort of that fine stuff, so at least we can get a session in. That's the thing. So I'll catch up with you. What I can't do is I can't set my camera up on my tripod very easy because of the rain, so I don't want this camera to get wet. So, and if I put it in the case, you won't hear what I'm saying. So what I'll do, I'll hold it and I'll get back to you if anything happens. So I'm going to have a cup of tea now, and then we're going to get fishing. I'm fishing on the bottom on this Waggler rod. I think it's 3-pound mainline, and I've got 3-pound hook length on there as well, size 16 hook, and we'll just see how it goes, and I'll catch up with you once we start fishing. See you soon. Well, straight away, first cast and a roach, or rudd to begin with, so a nice start. That's on a couple of pinkies. Right, let's get her back. I don't think I'm going to enjoy this. That wind's dropped a bit now, so it's certainly looking a bit more promising than it was when I first got here this morning. So let's get cracking. If I can set the camera up on the tripod in a minute, that's what I'll do. I'm just waiting to see if this rain just stops a bit. Oh, another lovely rudd. Look at this, look. It's 2 in 2 casts. Great stuff. Oh, I'm enjoying this. It's a shame I can't set the camera up. Right, let's carry on. Oh, look at this beauty. Lovely stuff. 3 and 3 casts out there, all on pinkies. Right, let's get her back. God, I'm really enjoying this. Well, I've been fishing for about 45 minutes and I've had virtually a cast. There's only been a couple of casts where I haven't caught anything. I've decided to put them in the net because I want to show you at the end of the session what I've caught, because it's so difficult in this rain. I can't have the camera working on the tripod because it is raining. You know, it keeps coming down quite heavy underneath these trees. So if it does stop raining, I will set the camera up on the tripod, but at the moment I am putting them in a net, and they're all safely in there. It's all safe, no problem with that. And then I'll show you at the end of the session what I've caught. But I've had about 9 or 10, mostly rudd, nice size ones as well, with the odd roach. So I'll keep cracking on, and that's just down here on the Waggler. I certainly have chose the right peg though. I thought this would be the peg today in these conditions. You know, I've caught from here before when the water's been up like this, but I didn't expect to be catching straight away, but that's the way it's going. So anyway, we'll crack on. Well, caught a perch. I've been mostly rudd with the odd roach up to now, and now the perch are coming in. This is brilliant fishing in awful weather, but it's certainly worth it. Lovely stuff. Right, let's crack on. Gorgeous fish, they really are. Oh, the rudd are playing ball today. Beautiful. Oh, it might be difficult conditions for filming, but fishing is fantastic. Look. Cracking rudd, beautiful. And I've caught a few of these this morning. It's just non-stop action. Brilliant. Really slippery characters. That is a beautiful fish. Right, let's get back. Catching them on white maggots and pinkies. Getting the odd cast now where I'm not getting anything. It might be where the water's come up and I need to lengthen the rig, but we'll see. I think it's definitely worth trying a worm or two in a minute as well. So I've had a couple of perch. I've had 2 or 3 perch actually. Still there. Oh, I'm enjoying this, really am. Couple of balls of ground bait back out there again, mate. Rain's eased a little bit now, so I might be able to set the camera up on the tripod. What I'll do, I'll carry on the Waggler for as long as the bites are there, and then if they suddenly start stopping for any reason or whatever, I can change to the feeder. I'm fishing over depth, or I was, but probably now the water's come up a bit, I probably need to lengthen the rig a little bit. Stonking fish. Another lovely rudd. Look at this, look, cracking fish. And I've had a few like this morning. Lovely rudd. Beautiful. Well, it's up past 12 now. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to have a break, I'm going to have a little bit of dinner, cup of tea, and for 10-15 minutes and get back to it. It really has been brilliant. Really have enjoyed this morning. A mixture of some really nice rudd, a few roach and a couple of perch, 2 or 3 perch. No bream as yet, but we never know. That wind gets up now and again, and every so often you get this sort of fine rain in the wind coming down, but it's still tricky for me to film on my tripod. I don't want this camera getting wet, and as I said to you before, as you know, those of you that make videos and that, if you put the camera in the case you're not going to hear what I'm saying, so I'm reluctant to do that at the moment, but I'll give you a shot of what it looks like out there now. And all the fish have come all around that area there, not far out at all, just out of the main flow. And I'm just fishing over depth. About 10 minutes ago I had probably my biggest rudd so far on worm. I thought it was a perch first off, but it wasn't. It's funny, you know, how often these conditions can be absolutely brilliant for fishing. It's just if you can get yourself to get up here, you know. But I thought, well, I'm not working this week, and you know, this is perfect. I might be a bit muddy in that, but really enjoying it. Anyway, I'm going to have a little break, and then I'm going to get back to it. And if I can set the camera up on the tripod now and again, like I have been, I will. I'll keep you posted. And this is the stamp of fish I'm catching. Absolute beautiful. Really beautiful. Look at that, look. And this is what the majority of them have been this size or just under. Absolutely cracking fish. The action just hasn't stopped since I started here this morning. Absolutely brilliant. Right, let's carry on. I think the tide should have reached its peak by now. I think it's sort of levelling out a bit. didn't think in my wildest dreams it was going to be as good as this. I thought it was going to be a real struggle, to be honest with you. Maybe it's the mild southwesterly wind that's doing it. Because although it's breezy, windy, it's not a cold wind. Oh. Another lovely rod. This look, absolute stonker, beautiful, bright red fins. Oh Christ almighty, this is absolutely brilliant. This is, I don't know how many I've caught. I must have had about, I don't know, 25, but not 25 little tiny ones, 25, you know, quite nice ones. You just wonder if the bream are moving at some point. They may do, because they are here in this peck. Caught them before here. Oh. This one over. It's a roach this time. Nice one as well. Great stuff. Certainly got the setup right though, thanks to Mark, who's shown me how to, you know, set the rigs up properly for river fishing on these, you know, when the water's, you know, when you've got work fishing on a tidal stretch. At the moment I haven't really had to change the rig since I started this morning. You know, if you're still catching on it, then no need to change it. So I hope I can cobble together some kind of video of this session. It's been a bit awkward at times, but with this rain, but we'll see how it goes. See what comes out when I look at it all. It's just starting to rain again now. Float's starting to go that way now, so I imagine the tide's on the turn. Oh. Must have been a snag this time. Of course, the way it is with this virus and that at the moment, you can never be too sure how long we're going to be allowed to keep fishing for. The way it's all going, you know. I want to try and get out as much as I can at the moment. Oh. Come here, you bugger. Hold still for the camera. There we are. They certainly are switching characters, I must admit. Let me try a worm in a minute. I've already had one really quality rudd on worm. Yeah, she's definitely going from right to left now. Which indicates the tide's reached its peak. It's probably on its way down now, I think. Oh, lost that one. Are you going to keep still for the camera or not? There we go. Beautiful. And probably about the 4th perch of the day. Lovely fish. The bites just aren't stopping at all. They really aren't. This is great stuff. Right, let's get her in, get her back, and let's carry on. Well, what a stonking perch this is. Absolute beauty. Look at that, look. Look at the maggots in its mouth. Look. You've been chewing on my bait, mate, haven't you? Look at that, absolute stonker. Because if anyone ever doubted that this river, whether this river's in good form or not, it certainly is today. It's holding some lovely fish. Look at that. What a lovely perch. Gorgeous perch. Oh, look, it's posing for the camera as well. Great stuff. Right, let's get her back. Well, another stonking rudd. Possibly the biggest one of the session. Look at this. Absolute beauty. Gorgeous fish. They just aren't stopped coming at all. Brilliant. I thought it was a decent perch for a minute, the way it was fighting, but really are quality fish, really nice. Oh, and just out there, that's all they are, just in this slack here, just away from the current. So I'm absolutely delighted with this. It's a shame I can't film it properly, you know, because of the weather, and you know, frightened to get this camera wet. So I'm only able to film certain, you know, when I can really. Right, let's get her back in, and I'm probably going to fish for about another hour. It's 2:20 now. I'm probably going to fish here till about 3:30. So We'll see what we can pick up in the last hour. But it hasn't stopped from the moment I started this morning. Bite after bite after bite. Well, the fish have certainly responded today, and it's funny enough, it's now white maggots that are taking them, the majority of the fish. I can't believe that it hasn't slowed down. This is a small one compared to most of the ones I've caught. So I'm going to give it another 50 minutes. I mean, I could fish because the clocks have gone back an hour now, haven't they? So it's going to be darker a bit earlier tonight, obviously. I've actually brought my torch with me, so I could fish after dark if I wanted to. So I think I'm going to call it a day in about 50 minutes time. It's literally been a fish a cast. But as I speak, the rain's coming down yet again, so I'm going to have to put my camera away. I'm absolutely delighted with this cracking session. In fact, I think there's a skimmer here. Yeah, there is. I didn't realise that. The only one amongst them. It's what's turned out to be an absolute brilliant session. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, and enjoy your own angling. Bye for now.